Build, Automate, Scale by Connexus Hub. Module 1, Lesson 10. Pricing Strategies. Setting the right price for profitability and competitiveness. What's the difference between a business that grows sustainably and one that quietly fades away? More often than not, the answer lies in pricing. Pricing isn't just about slapping a number on your product. It's about strategy. Price too high, and you alienate potential buyers. Too low, and you might sell but struggle to survive. In today's lesson, we'll walk through how to confidently set a price that reflects your value, covers your costs, and positions you competitively in the market. You'll learn how to calculate break-even points, analyze what your competitors are doing, and choose a pricing model that supports your business goals. Stick around until the end because I'll also give you a simple worksheet you can use today to test and refine your pricing strategy. If you're excited to price your offer like a pro, hit that like button and drop a comment to let us know you're ready to make smart, profitable decisions. Let's break it down and start with the foundation. Understanding your costs and margins. Section 1, Understanding Costs and Margins. Before you even think about setting your price, you need to understand what it costs to bring your product or service to life. There are two types of costs. Fixed costs. These stay the same no matter how much you sell. Think rent, insurance, and salaries. Variable costs. These change based on output, like materials, packaging, or delivery fees. Pro tips: never guess your cost. Track them diligently. Recalculate if your volume or expenses change over time. Understanding your break-even point gives you a realistic starting point for pricing. Once you've got that, you can layer on strategy. Section 2, Analyzing Market and Competitors. Now that you know your numbers, it's time to look outward, at the market and your competition. Your price doesn't exist in a vacuum. It needs to make sense in context, based on what your audience expects and what competitors are doing. Here are 3 steps to follow. Competitor analysis. Research similar offerings. What's the going rate? Customer perception. Are customers looking for a budget deal or premium quality? Value proposition. Why is your product worth what you're charging? Pro tips: survey or interview potential customers to understand what they value. Avoid pricing solely based on what others charge. Use it as a guide, not a rule. Your price should match the value you provide and where you sit in the competitive landscape. Let's move on to strategy. Choosing the right pricing model to support your goals. Section 3, Choosing the right pricing model. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to pricing. The model you choose will depend on your product type, business model, and target market. Here's a list of 4 common pricing models. Cost-plus pricing: add a markup to your costs. Value-based pricing: price based on the customer's perceived value. Penetration pricing: set a low price to enter the market and gain share. Premium pricing: price high to signal exclusivity or top-tier quality. Pro tips: don't lock into one model too early. Test and iterate. Subscription and tiered pricing models are great for digital and service-based businesses. Align your pricing model with your long-term business goals and how you want to be perceived in the market. Let's recap what we covered today. First, we broke down your fixed and variable costs to find your break-even point. Then, we explored how competitor research and customer perception influence your pricing. Finally, we looked at 4 powerful pricing models and how to pick the right one for your goals. Pricing isn't just math, it's strategy. And now you've got the tools to price your offers with confidence and clarity. Final thought: the right price can position you perfectly in the market and drive consistent profit. Don't leave it to guesswork. Make it a competitive advantage. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Coming up next, in Lesson 11, we'll talk about funding foundations, from bootstrapping to finding investors and exploring crowdfunding. You won't want to miss it.